Ready? You sweaty?
Yes, it's really hot.
Shit.
Really hot.
Hello, Hard Reset YouTube viewers. Daniel Hobbs. Name. Ben Quay. Name.
Face.
It's face. It is Friday, the 2nd of August, and it is warm. I tell you, I'm not even. It's too hot. It is Thursday, the 1st of August. We're recording this early because I'm busy tomorrow night, and it's just warm.
It's like 32 degrees.
So warm. So if we appear to be rushing through this, it's because we want to douse ourselves. We want to take off our tops and run into an icy room with Mr. Freeze and chill.
I've got ice cream in the fridge.
What's that for?
Eating.
Wearing. Anyway, let's crack on. Now, you've probably heard about this a lot this week, so we're just going to cover it quickly. Basically, Fez 2, gone. Phil Fish, gone. And that's the gist of it. You've been all over the internet, you've seen it, we've covered it on Hard Reset, we've talked about it. We've talked about it on the podcast.
I was hooked on this news.
You was hooked on this.
On the fish.
No.
I thought I'd tuned it out. Tune it out,
No.
but they lured me back in.
No. All we want to add is a little bit of opinion on it.
Phil Fish is no longer in a happy place.
A little bit of opinion. Just say, Marcus Beer has every right to call people out. He's a journalist, games journalist.
It's his job to call bullshit.
And Phil Fish has every right to react like that, although it comes across in a bad light because he's been across in a bad light before. But the way Marcus Beer did it was not necessarily the most tactful. And obviously Phil Fish has come out and said that this is not the only thing, but it's the straw that broke the camel's back. So, you know, basically, we just got both developers and game journalists got to be a little bit respectful of each other, but,
yes.
You know, don't sling mud, but still question.
Yes. They're both dicks.
No,
The day.
no, that's not how we deal with it.
Yes,
Bad man.
Yes. Oh, God.
Send it up with some DLC.
Bioshock Infinite DLC was announced by Ken Levine on Tuesday. A lot of people went over there to go see it. The first one came out on Tuesday. They're doing this thing now where you sort of suddenly go, hey, we've got this DLC, and that's it.
Well, that's like, we've got the next gen Xbox. Oh, here it is!
Yes,
Boom, here it is!
People have been watching the Sega Saturn conference from a few years ago at E3. It's like, oh boy, it's on sale now. The first one's called Clash in the Clouds, and it's a wave-based arena combat, and I don't care about it. The second piece of DLC, and the third piece of DLC is a two-part DLC.
Two-part story.
Which is called something about Rapture.
It's Beneath the Sea.
Yes.
And part one has you playing as Booker.
And part two is you playing as Elizabeth.
Which will be interesting.
Yes.
The basic premise is, for some reason, Booker and Elizabeth have gone to Rapture before its fall. I believe like the night or the eve or the day before its fall.
It's like
New
Year's Eve.
Yeah.
19 something and something, and it's like New Year's Day.
It's the fall of Rapture, and it looks a bit noir-y, and it looks interesting.
Smoking, and
people are going to jump straight back into it.
Yes.
When it comes round, whenever it comes round. We don't know.
Later this year, apparently.
So hold on to your copies of Bioshock Infinite.
Yes.
I got another public service announcement.
What's that?
Games for Gold. You like Games for Gold? Games for free.
No, because they've all been fucking rubbish.
Hey, games for free. Everyone likes games for free.
Everyone likes PlayStation Plus, Ben. There's a difference.
Well, it's still games for free, and you might not have played them, although you more likely have.
Yes.
From the 1st to the 15th of August, you get Crackdown 1 for free.
Yeah.
And from the 16th to the 31st, you get Dead Rising 2 and Dead Rising Case Zero. The Dead Rising 2 prequel-y, not arcade game. It's not a bad deal.
I don't like those games.
Crackdown 1 is really fun. I have really good multiplayer times with that. And Dead Rising 2 is just crazy with zombies. Even though I've already played it, I'm going to play it again. There's an incentive to revisit those old games.
I got PlayStation Plus this week, and I got Mafia 2 and Need for Speed that came out last year, and Spec Ops The Line, and When Vikings Attack, and Lego.
Look, we all know it's a better service, but it's still stuff for free.
Yes.
Playing catch-up.
Take your free games, people. Take your free games, people.
Now, take over with Nintendo news, because I cannot.
I thought we were talking about Grand Theft Auto 5 screenshots.
No, Nintendo news first.
Nintendo news first. Alright, the Nintendo did a thing.
Guilt sandwich. Sort of bad news, good news.
Alright, yeah, that's fine. Nintendo did a thing, and they came out and they were like, yo, we didn't sell any Wii U's this quarter. We don't really like talking about numbers at hard reset because they're boring.
And they're big and hard to add up.
Yes, but these numbers are not big to hand up. I have the units numbers right in here. The first financial quarter, that is, April to the end of June. They only sold 160,000 Wii U's globally.
Do you know why?
That's bad
No
news.
games on it.
That's bad news. They fell short of their target of like 450,000 sales worldwide, and they are currently 2 million short of the target they wanted to hit by April. They wanted to hit 5.5 million units in April. Now they're only on like 3.6 million globally since launch.
And it doesn't help that places are not stocking their stuff anymore.
Yeah, over in the UK, Asda decided not to stock Wii U games in their shops. They're still selling them online, but they're not in the shops anymore. Probably because they're taking up shelf space that could be stuff with products they're actually selling.
Like lettuce.
Yes. The Wii U, the 3DS on the other hand, is selling millions and millions and millions and millions of copies.
And they're still not stocking it.
And they're not stocking that either. No, that just might be it. There could be proof that Asda are just not moving away from video games, maybe.
Well, no, because they're stocking every other thing and taking pre-orders for next generation consoles.
I don't know. I'm just wild in the speculation.
Yeah, it's not good for old Ninty at the moment.
Well, no, it's mixed bags because the 3DS is selling loads and the Wii U is selling not a lot at all. But they have had loads of good games in the past 6 months coming out on the 3DS, which has made a lot of people, like Animal Crossing and Fire Emblem and Luigi's Mansion, made people sort of go over the edge and were like, yes, I'm going to get a 3DS now. And there hasn't been that drive for the Wii U. There has been... Pikmin has just come out last week and is coming out this week in the States. And that is the first big game for the Wii U since its launch, really, unless you count Lego Sea Undercover, which is pretty good but not a system seller. Pikmin is a system seller, coupled with the Wonderful 101 and Zelda and the Mario game that's coming out soon, and the 2014 game. It's the games are starting to come out now. It's no excuse. They should have been coming out a long time ago, but the games are now starting to come out.
It's not the strongest start.
No, but neither had the 3DS. They released the 3DS with no games and nobody brought it. With the 3DS, they dropped the price down. They brought out a load of games, and now it's selling millions in a quarter.
There is word on the street that they're going to sort of quote unquote reintroduce the Wii U, have a big drive with the new Mario towards the end of the year.
They
because
really
if they don't, they're going to fall on their ass.
That's what they did with the 3DS. And don't count Nintendo out. They have all the fucking money in the world. They don't need to sell a Wii U. They want to sell Wii U's, obviously, but you can't look at it as in, oh shit man, they didn't sell any consoles in the last few months, they are fucked, they're going to go out of business, we're going to see Mario on the PlayStation, because it's not that way at all.
It won't happen. But
Nintendo have all the Wii and DS money. It's not great. It's not a
great start.
They've turned the 3DS around. They can do it with the Wii U with the software they've got coming up soon.
They've got a lot less competition with the handheld market, haven't they?
They've got one less. Well, iPhones.
When you've got the Wii U coming up very soon against the big boy consoles.
Oh yeah, but iPhones.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But
iPhones, Vitas.
Little children don't have iPhones.
You'd be surprised.
Anyway, bad news. Good news. Grand Theft Auto 5 screenshots. We all like Grand Theft Auto 5 screenshots. Because that was my point.
Love rock is still all around.
You can't even sing.
Girls are going crazy tonight. Getting hazy. Should love fist you in the mouth.
So there's a picture of Blokey Bloke Trevor wearing a Love Fist t-shirt, and Hobbs obviously really likes this because Hobbs can't remember the words and really likes Love Fist.
I like Love Fist.
So even if Love Fist aren't in the game, Hobbs will be wearing a Love Fist t-shirt throughout it. Apart from that, you can't really glean much from the screenshots because Grand Theft Auto is in the quality.
Yeah, there's planes, trains, and automobiles. There's a Chinook helicopter.
Yeah,
right?
Chinook helicopter.
Which Chinook helicopters? They open from the back. They have the only way to get them is the loading bay. At the back. So you could drive a car into it and take off and then hover the head and then drive out.
It's getting a little bit out of hand. I think we just need the game, please.
47 days as of Friday the 2nd of August.
No other game matters apart from...
There's a countdown on hard reset.
There is a countdown on hard reset because we just can't wait for the game.
Yes.
Speaking of games, Batman Arkham Origins has announced a multiplayer mode, which is quite weird, but also the multiplayer mode is quite interesting.
It makes sense.
It makes sense, but it could not work.
Yes. At the same time, it's one of those... like multiplayer is just like interesting. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a death match, which is really like Assassin's Creed does it. You know, it's not a death match.
Do you know
in
what
the
else
normal
was
sense of the
interesting
term.
multiplayer?
What's that?
Kane Lynch.
Yeah, and that was the best part of that game. But you know, the rest of that game.
Basically,
but
it's free.
You play three of Bane's gang.
Free Bang Gang, free Joker Gang, and Batman and Robin.
Yes.
But we don't know if there's any other gangs. I'd quite like there to be other gangs. You could have Scarecrow, you could have Two-Face, you could have Mad
yeah,
Hatter.
that's all they're announced at the moment, but it's 3-on-3-on-2.
So
and obviously
half the game is a deathmatch. If you're
Yeah,
on the minion side, so to speak, the evil side,
Yes.
you're killing the other minions. You've also got to kill the heroes, but the heroes have got to take out more minions before they can kill.
It's basically
it's
you've
up
got
in the air.
you know, obviously the two Batman and the Robins have all the Predator mode stuff going on that they can do while they're killing.
It's good that
Minions.
they haven't just done a straight up multiplayer because it wouldn't work at all, and it feels less tacked on.
And it's been developed by someone different from the main developers of the
Which
game.
is a problem. Well, could potentially be a problem. Same assets, but
No, it's not a problem because the main thing for tacked on multiplayer is the fact that a lot of people don't like it because it detracts resources from the main game.
Yeah.
When it's not that when it's made by Splash Damage, who did Quake, Enemy Territory, and
wait, they did
Brink. Yeah.
That's not very high hopes for the multiplayer now, is it?
Yeah, but it's not taking assets away from the single player. So if you don't care about the multiplayer and you think it's rubbish, you know, you don't have to worry because it's not going to be against the single player.
Well, that's alright then.
Yes.
We have a website, you know that, highrisk.co.uk. We've got a review on it by our very own David Trehan of the Welsh Valleys. He has reviewed Time and Eternity, and you might be wondering why we're only just getting the review. It's because the game is fucking long.
Really long.
Really, really long. And
Really
we want you to get the most out of our review, so he's taken his time to complete it, but you can still go have a read of that.
To give it an okay score.
He gave it a score. Go read it. Go on. For
Yeah,
once.
an okay score.
We were talking about Tomb Raider last week and what we'd like to see for the next game, and they've only gone and bloody announced the sequel. Well,
Tomb Raider 2?
Tomb Raider Next Gen.
That's all we know. It's one of those sort of investor call things. They're just like, yeah, here it is.
I'm
We're
sure-
making one because, of course, we are because it will make
I'm
some
sure
money.
We'll see, I don't know if we'll see any at Gamescom. Maybe at TGS. Maybe a little teaser. or a little hint.
My best guess is you're going to get a trailer of the VGAs in December.
We'll see.
How about that one down?
We'll see. Microsoft, it's your favourite company. We're going to talk about them. They've done something which actually makes sense for once.
Holy shit.
They're they're modifying their system for multiplayer and how you get into multiplayer and how it matches you with people. There's sort of two news stories here. If you want to read about the smart match system, which basically is you can do whatever else you want. Say you're watching TV,
Yeah.
you can go, I want to play a multiplayer for say X game. You can go, I want to play a multiplayer for X game. You continue watching TV, and then it says your multiplayer game is ready. And you jump straight into it.
But what if I get really into the TV show I'm watching and don't want to play the multiplayer game anymore?
That's your own fucking problem because you're a single player and you like to stay at home alone. But yeah, if you want to know more details on that, go look at the article on the site by our very own Tom Seymour.
He also did that thing I put up today about why you shouldn't pre-order next-gen consoles. So,
Ooh, touchy. Also, there's another part of Smart Match System, which is the rankings. Apparently, Microsoft essentially have made a robot called Dave. And what Dave does is he's not actually called Dave, so don't give me that puzzled look.
alright.
Basically, if you're a good player and you get lots of good reviews, you're in the green zone. If you get some negative reviews, you're in the yellow zone. If you get some bad reviews, you're in the red zone. But apparently it's a very complex algorithm that, say you're a good player, you'll always get some bad reviews, but you won't drop down into the yellow zone.
Okay.
There's some sort of fancy... it definitely doesn't
So
mean nothing.
it's what they tried to do with the Xbox 360,
Yeah.
but now that they're actually...
But they've got more power to do it.
Yeah, they're actually sort of enforcing it this time
Yeah,
rather
it
than
makes
it didn't actually mean
sense.
anything because everybody's 5 stars on Xbox Live.
Well, apart from the silly people.
Yes, well, yes.
But yeah, so
The silly
it's,
people.
it's, it's a strong word there. I'll say no more.
Silly people.
Silly people. It makes sense. And, their big thing is multiplayer and live, so they're pushing that. They're expanding that.
Power of the
They're
cloud.
changing that ecosystem.
Yes.
I think we're done.
Is that the week? Is that the week
That
wrapped
is the
up?
week.
A little
Unless
boring.
something major breaks on Friday, like Microsoft and Sony form Sony Soft, or Micro 4
That would save the internet so many bad, horrible, hateful comments.
So I've just here you go. You've heard it here first. Sony Soft tomorrow.
And then everyone would just be like, "Oh, Nintendo!"
With the 4.1 coming out next year.
The 4.1.
The 4.1.
All 4.1.
Click the buttons. Do the likes and the subscribes.
Yes.
Read all our writings at
They're both down there. They're both down there.
Well, they could be. I don't know where you put these things.
I'm not going to upside down.
Read all the writings at hardreset.co.uk. Read all the tweets at HRDRST. Facebook at /HardResetFans.
Yes.
Ben and Dan, I'm going to go away for the weekend.
It's my birthday on Tuesday, so you should all wish me happy birthday on Tuesday.
Right.
It's my birthday.
Say something, Hobbs. I learned a long time ago. No one cares about you.